Hello everyone, Wenzeltron here, and we're back on Heroes of the Storm as always, and today I bring you more HGC Finals content, but this one's a little bit different. So this one is going to be, as you can already tell, is Malfurion, and the reason I bring him up is because he became somewhat of a pocket pick toward the end of HGC Finals, and mainly he wound up being used for lane control and greater CC manipulation on the map, because he does have roots, and then a lot of teams were starting to pick him with the level 1 Moonbird. So the reason being is he kind of fills that solo lane route, but also providing more utility on the map by being a mana battery of sorts and just being there as a pocket fill for the team. Especially when you don't have a solo laner, but you want more CC. Just to point out, so the most popular he played on, he was used on Tomb of Spider Queen for 7 maps and won 86% of the time. His overall win rate is 75% over his 15 matches. So, and as before, I'm getting all these stats from masterleague.net. You can search through all of the final stuff and get every single stats he has there, so that is one thing there. And then the only other thing I want to mention here too is that the shout out goes to Fnatic against Ballistix. This was in the semifinal round where their team was Genji, Malfurion, Anubarak, Uther, Chromie versus Ragnaros, Karazim, Tassadar, Greymane, and finally Muradin. So the amazing thing I saw here was two things fold, and I'm going to be doing a video for Anubarak as well, because I think these two synergize really well together in this game particularly. And if you guys haven't watched it already, please go watch it. It's probably up on the Heroes Esports channel on YouTube, so you can search it if I can find it, or if it's already up when this video goes live, I will put a link to it because it's super important to watch, and there's a lot of high level plays and just a good match to watch in general. But long story short, Malfurion, every time the Korean team Ballistix engaged, they would basically try to blow up one hero. And the way Anubarak works and the way Malfurion works is kind of shutting down dive, or at least if they land roots properly or their stuns properly. And then once the entire team collapsed, Wubby from Fnatic would use his Twilight Dream, and he would get max value so many times in that game, destroying momentum and just keeping the flow of the game on the side of Fnatic, or just shutting down momentum that the enemy team had gained. And it was some of the most high level and intense plays I've ever seen in Heroes of the Storm. And the only difference is, like, if Malfurion gets killed, it's game over. Like, that's how these things happen. And it was such a treat to see how these two teams, Titans, fighting it out like that. So with that, we're going to try Malfurion today. I don't know how well I'm going to play him, but we'll see. So yet again, everybody, thank you all for joining me. This is Wenzeltron, and we are on Heroes of the Storm. And I hope you guys got to see some of the BlizzCon stuff, because it was super intense. And finally, I would like just to congratulate MVP Black for winning their first World Championship. They have been in Heroes of the Storm from the beginning, and their team has always been amazingly strong. And they're just, you know, they deserve it. They totally deserve it. And also just shout outs to Fnatic for making it as far as they did 2 years in a row. And all the other teams that made it. I'm really proud of NA, and as a scene in general, there's so much growth for the scene of Heroes Esports, and just Heroes of the Storm has come so far in the last year, and I'm just really excited to see it keep pushing forward. So let's get in the game, everybody. Thank you all for joining me one more time. So we've landed on Towers of Doom. So this is actually a pretty good map, similar to that of
10 seconds.
Tomb of the Spider Queen, to simulate what we're trying to do here. Also, I meant to point out, so we're going Moonbird at level 1, which is just a bonus damage to minions and, oh no, not mercenaries actually. That only applies to the repeatable quest completion. But the reason Malfurion is not used anymore, or as much as he was prior to this, he was mainly nerfed down once he got reworked and things like that, to the point where he couldn't really solo heal anymore. And he still can't solo heal very well either. He's now, I would call him a utility hero, providing a little bit more sustained healing over long term, but for the most part he is not as strong as he used to be. But when pairing him with someone like Uther, as you can see, everything's going crazy right now. Okay, he got out. We're gonna try and just root Kerrigan right there. We saved our buddy. I need to heal myself and block some skill shots for my team. So as you can see, we're kind of a mana battery as well. So I didn't really go through my spells yet. But basically, if you know anything about World of Warcraft and you've played a druid or seen a druid, you kind of have an idea about what it is that Malfurion does. And I just totally got rooted, but Genji dies, so we're good. I got silenced out there and then dragged back in, so I couldn't root underneath them as they dove in. That is one of Malfurion's weaknesses. But as I was saying, his first ability, his Q is regrowth, which is a heal over time, very simple. So that means he is very weak against burst damage, and you just have to kind of play around it. Meaning, if you're gonna heal someone, it's better to use it sooner rather than later, because your utility to help somebody is greatly reduced if you don't. Oh, dang. The Zebo got ganked. And then he goes and pings our Tastadar like it's his fault. Feels good. Feels good. I'm just gonna do this. Heal Tass. 3 seconds on a Q. And they have a Genji for interrupt stuff. Backing out. We're gonna go for Elun's Grace at level 4 here. He got out, and Nazebo's going to die again because he just zombie walled himself. I should have rooted Genji before, and I just missed my Moonfire. Well, they're gonna get that one. Murky's dead though, and Nova got their Tastar. So we're okay. You know, this is just quick match Pinata Fest right now, but it's okay. It's only the first shrines of the game. No big dealio. What else is there? For Malfurion, you can see also the roots. And now Nazebo's flaming. Feels good. Feels like quick match.
How dare you?
So, right now we're just going to be laning, trying to get my stacks up for my level 1 quest. We're at 25. Nazebo just walking through the silence. Just trying to keep my HotS on people that need it. Looks like Tassar did fall again, which is...
The wilds call out.
Rotating to Illidan. So their team is really strong with ganking because of the setup. It's just what their team does. I'm gonna get stunned maybe? Nope. We're good. We're okay. We're still in this. If he decides to stay, I can keep zoning him out with that. We're gonna go for more utility focus here. We're gonna try. I keep getting stunned by that, and it feels really bad. I need to not do that. Nazebo going way too forward.
Take the altars and put an end to...
They have a scouting... Oh no, that's test start. So this level we're going to go for... We're actually going to go Strangling Vines for reduced healing because the Snoopdog's healing output is pretty crazy. Yes, I can get silenced that time. Rooting their Genji there. So what Strangling Vines will do is it receives 30% less healing from the heroes that are rooted, meaning if they have dive heroes and they're trying to keep burst healing on them, we can try and counter burn them if we land our CC properly. And we could use it as just a zoning function like so. I pressed the button. Press the button. I only have the other.
You've lost this one, Raven Lord. It will not be your last.
I'm not using Innervate enough because I'm not used to playing Malfurion. That's for sure. Our Tassadar did not rotate, so it is kind of his fault that we did lose that. And as you can see, the way the root works, overgrowth, is it is a slow growing AoE thing. So basically, if you're if you cast the ability onto the center of them, as you can see, there's a smaller inner circle. If you cast that while they're standing close to the center, they almost get instantly rooted, versus as it expands, it gets better and better. Just gonna try and body block Tassadar, so it doesn't keep auto-attacking Nova to death. And we're just constantly providing utility for our team. There is a root, but it doesn't matter, I don't think. Oh no, he did get stuck in the zombie wall. Just like that. And as we saw there, he had the reduction of healing, which is huge. Especially if we continue to keep doing something like that.
Choose a talent.
So we're going to go for Twilight Dream, as I said, because they do have dive, so we can counter their play by using that to stop them from capitalizing on our lack of mobility as a team. But we're doing okay. But regardless of how the team is reacting to this, they need to just kind of relax and not constantly fight things when they know that there's no one showing in the map. A lot of it just comes down to map awareness. I'm going to wait and not hit Sippy Cup now. I'm going to wait to use it after the fight starts, so we can try and get some sort of advantage here.
Our ally requires help. In the name of Scenarius.
The altars have risen. Activate.
Let's gonna go over here and poke Genji. Okay, cool. He came to me. Juked him out. But I'm gonna probably die because of Kerrigan. Yeah. Let's just use Twilight Dream, silence two of them out. Little bit of a pain, for, like, not ideal scenario, but we don't have any sort of comms, and yeah. But we made it work because I did silence their Tassadar, which I think left. Yeah, he had to go back and hit the Sippy Cup. So we're doing okay. We're doing all right. Tassadar is coming back in, but we still got the channel through, so we're okay. We just need to back out. There's no point in being here anymore. You don't need to fight it. So right now is showing a... I mean, they still got the kill, but it's something like that is just wasting time getting back to lane and continue to push, because their Murky didn't even... Well, he came to the fight, but, like, he goes back to his lane wherever he has his egg hidden. So...
Let us destroy this fort.
Kerrigan is mid lane. So because of this build, once I've completed, which I'm pretty close to doing, ooh, Kerrigan's right here. You're gonna re-engage on me? Because I would like it. Just gonna keep shelling away with my abilities. We have Twilight Dream available. We're gonna just root Kerrigan now, so she doesn't get any of that burst healing that we need her to. And then turn around and go help Illidan because he decided to go on their Tassadar. And then we're just gonna try and kite these in. Since the Stukov, we wasted his lurking arm, he doesn't get any way of turning off those. We're gonna go ice block because they do have point click stuns. Not point click, but a lot of combo stuns that follow up with each other, with Tassadar, Genji, and Kerrigan all doing the same thing. And Murky even has an Octo Grab, but if I get Octo Grab, I'm basically dead anyways.
The altars rise again.
Altar has been bought. Nazebo's dead. Because they decided to all rotate.
Kill.
Killing Murky.
You have forced my hand.
Illidan should not go into that. I just need to get into the fight, healing him.
The time is now. Claim the altars in
No, I didn't get the ice block off. Can I do it? I'm spamming it. Nope.
Death shall be avenged.
I activated it too soon. Feels bad, but
Anyone up for
you know.
destroying this fort?
This team just doesn't, it just wants to fight. That's all I want to do. They just want to keep fighting, which is annoying. When our team is not, we're the slow pokey fight versus the blow up comp that they have. Whereas like, if Kerrigan lands a combo, they can follow it up with Genji, and then they can chase us forever because we have very little mobility. The only two that really have escapes on our team are Tassadar and Illidan. So yeah, the amount of tools they have versus the amount of tools we have are very limited to what we want to do. We're stunned, and I couldn't save it. Tassadar used a mental shift because he wants to kill me.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near our core that leads to the battleground soon.
And they just got 3 free shots. This is not going good for us.
I mean, I knew I could.
I'm just gonna hit the sippy cup here.
I've opened my tunnel as well.
I knew we were wrong.
Fight on.
And they're dead.
Nature's wrath upon you.
As I said before, map awareness is key, especially when a team like this, who has so much dive and gank.
Choose a tower.
There's no way we were going to get there before they made it there. So, I don't know. So, at this level range, I'm just going to go for Tenacious Roots, and we're just losing everybody right now. Because nobody is grouping.
Keep destroyed.
This tower shall serve the Raven Lord.
So this is just going to increase the radius of my roots. There we go, interrupted it. That's not going to kill him, but I'm dead now. And so is... Oh, it went so well. That stinks. You just got outcomped and outplayed. And one more. Is that it? No, they need one more. They'll probably just do boss and that'll be game. But, so this was not the type of play that we wanted to show off here, but whatever. I wouldn't say my play is because of anything in particular other than that the team did not work together. There was absolutely no team synergy here. We could have made it work, but we didn't. So, such is life, as they say. So, that's going to do it for this game. I'm just going to say it. No teamwork. That is just a blatant not understanding what teams do. Just looking at their comp, I could tell that the Kerrigan and Genji can roam, just regardless. The Illidan is the only one that's basically safe being solo because he can't escape, but they have enough lockdown that it doesn't matter. Murky is a solo laner too. And our Nova should have been roaming more often to counter the counter gank, basically. You know, gank the gankers after they engage. But that means she has to be following them at all times, which makes her, you know, that's a high level play, honestly. So, not too crazy here, but we did Moonbird at level 1, Elun's Grace for more range, and we're just trying to basically build into more utility. And at level 20, we can go for the Ancestral Communion possibly, which is his new version of Blink, along with Twilight Dream. So basically, you can only get Blink if you get Twilight Dream. But that's just for regressive plays, which is really cool. Or you go for Storm Shield, which is a 20% max health shield. So it's really up to you, but for the most part, I would say Ancestral Communion probably, because you're going to be playing him in the duo support, and you just get a lot more value from the AoE silence. Alright everybody, thank you for joining me today. That's going to do it for this Malfurion video. I'm sorry the team was not what we wanted it to be, but you know what? We made most of it. We still had fun. It wasn't great, but you know, that's how these games are played. Sometimes you just play it and it doesn't go right. for you. And I don't really want to skew or I don't want to bias the viewership here and just make videos that are all positive, hunky-dory things, because regardless of that fact, we can talk about the strategy of them in any setting, no matter what, and explain how things should be played, or what is the thought process behind it. And in this case, particularly, it didn't work, you know. Stukov just has too much burst heating to counter. We did not have a actual tank for the most part. We were just too spread out, stuff like that. If we could get clumped battles, which we could have done, but we didn't. It just didn't have the communication because some people were too worried about Murky, and we just decided to flame each other. There's a lot of factors that go into these things, and, you know, sometimes it just doesn't happen. So, thank you all for joining me one more time, and this was the Malfurion video based around the HGC thought process that I saw happening. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below.